Yes, indeed. We are live, KEXP, 25th Street Studios here in Oakland, Noise Pop. I'm Larry Mizell Jr., and I'm absolutely honored to have the one and only Cymande live right here, right now on the afternoon show. How are y'all doing?
Doing great.
Thank you so much for being here.
Absolute pleasure, Larry. Absolute pleasure.
All right. Well, let's get into it if y'all down to get.
Yeah, let's go. Sometimes I wonder if it's all being in vain. It seems nothing matters. Everybody's chasing fame with no message for the young to hold on to. You take what you can. And God help the man who will try to stop you. Is it real? What they feel? What's the deal? When you're chasing an empty dream. Wanting Monday to come by love. Is it real? What they feel? What's the deal? Oh, when you're chasing an empty dream. Sacrifices that were made are long forgotten in the material world of today. Is it real? What they feel? What's the deal? Oh, when you're chasing an empty dream. Is it real? What they feel? What's the deal? Oh, chasing an empty dream.
Cymande live on KEXP. Wow. Chasing an Empty Dream. That's from their brand new album, Renaissance. Came out, I believe, last month. We got more music right here from the legendary Cymande, KEXP.
I wonder why we play this game. We keep going on while things remain the same. We keep rolling on with no rhyme, no reason. Why not be one for each other? So we can say that's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. We're proud to say that's how we roll. What we have can be much better if we control the page, set the terms and conditions for a brand new day. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. We're proud to say that's how we in this time. We all know everything must change, but we gotta be strong. We must keep holding on. We must never lose determination, even after the task is done. That's how we roll. 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 That's how we roll.
Live on KEXP, Cymande, How We Roll. That's on their new one, Renaissance. We're live from 25th Street Studio, and we got just one more. It's KEXP.
Time has been lost for trying. while we have been left outside, yeah. Looking at passion dying, while emotions go strong and tight. But it's alright, we can still go on. You know it's alright, we can still go on. No, it's alright, yeah, we can still go on. But it's alright, we can still go on. Now they might have said we're lying, but no matter how hard we try, those who have watched us crying, they can figure our love has died. But it's alright, we can still go on. But it's alright, we can still go on. But it's alright, yeah, we can still go on. But it's alright, we can still go on. Now time has been lost for trying, while we have been left outside, looking at passion dying, while emotions grow strong and tight. But it's alright, we can still go on. But it's alright, we can still go on. But it's alright, yeah, we can still go on. But it's alright, we can still go on. Said it's alright.
Yes, it is all right. Cymande, live on KEXP. Thank you all so much for being here. I am absolutely honored to have you. My first question is one I've always wanted to ask. Am I saying your name correctly?
Almost.
Almost, please. If you would.
Cymande.
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 I saw you guys a couple of years ago. I went out to England to the We Out Here festival, and you guys were the main reason I bought a ticket.
That's so nice.
Absolutely. That huge crowd giving it up for y'all, I mean, that had to feel great, and it must be amazing seeing the crowds come out. But it must really mean a lot seeing hometown and British crowds coming out for you, because I know after you guys first hit the charts over 50 years ago, America, the States were giving it up. You guys had some great tours out here with Al Green, Martlew, one of my favorite bands. But back in the UK, it was a little quiet.
That's very true. First of all, the We Out Here Festival was a wonderful festival.
Absolutely.
And
Shout out to
a
Giles.
wonderful audience.
Yes.
Really, it's one of the best gigs we've done.
Right on.
England didn't really take us to their hearts in the early days.
Yeah.
But certainly America did. And we're very proud and privileged to have had that love from the American audiences. So it is nice to come back warm and woolly.
Yeah.
And that's partly due to American young musicians who sampled us, used it for their own creativity. And there's some wonderful work with it. So we're very proud of our association with America generally.
Right on. And I mean, that's a huge thing, how sampling has kept the music of so many incredible artists alive and reverberating in different contexts so that people who are voracious and curious can turn to those records. I know that's what happened for me because of the De La Soul song I actually played before this set. And the Fugees. And I know that things can get complicated when it comes to artist sampling, when it comes to payment and actually taking care of you. But, you know, how did it feel kind of when you start? How did you first get to understand that there was a new generation of people turning to the music?
Well, I think I was... Patrick and I were in the Caribbean at the time, and we were doing other things, you know. But my eldest children, they were listening to the music of the time of that day. And one of my children made me aware that there was a song that they were hearing that appeared to be used in some of Cymande's material. And I think that song was De La Soul. And then I brought it to Patrick's attention, and then we started taking more of an interest in what was happening with the catalog and the sourcing of that catalog by this new generation of musicians. And then we had Fugees, obviously. And there was a massive hit with a French artist called
MC Solar.
MC Solar,
Yes. And so, you know, as Patrick said, we have a lot. Well, it's a vindication in a way. It's two things. Firstly, it's vindication for what we were trying to do in the 70s. And the belief we had in what we were doing in the 70s, notwithstanding that it got no traction with the UK media at that time. And it's also vindication in the way that the new musicians, the young musicians of that time, were sourcing our material and were finding things in our material that inspired them in the creation of their own music.
Absolutely. I was just in Los Angeles last week, and I saw a Colombian band we love a lot called Balthus, and they covered Dove while I was there, and I was like, yes, I'm going to go see the actual source of this sound in just a week, and it's amazing that continues to reverberate and will continue for years to come.
Well, it's a good thing that somebody's covering Dove. The fingers are getting old now, so I need some youngsters to step in. But we appreciate that.
Right on. I was really struck by the lyrics to Chasing an Empty Dream. You know, that's on the new album, Renaissance. I wondered if you would talk about that. I feel like that speaks so much to the energy and the messages that have always been in your music.
I think what it was really speaking to was, you know, I think the obsession today with technology and the media, and now we've got access with YouTube and TikTok and all those different avenues, and people seem obsessed now in having this. Now that this access to the media is available, they seem obsessed with utilizing it. And everybody's in their phones and things. And in a way, the messages that should be communicated to the younger generation coming up, that we experience as, you know, as young people growing up, that the message was coming down from our elders, that seemed to be missing today, you know. People are just obsessed and totally involved in this new technology in their phones. You see young people at a table, you know, and they'd be there for people not speaking, just into their phones, you know. So it was speaking very much to that kind of thing, you know, that we are so much obsessed today with pursuing and chasing these things that's available now through YouTube and all those other medias, that we're forgetting the values, you know, that existed. And
Steve originated that song, I must say.
Okay.
And it captured me and my attention and love first time I heard it.
Yeah.
And interestingly, the three of us wrote it actually. Mm-hmm. Ray had found a really wonderful rhythm to put behind it. And he and I were going up to Steve to play him the demo of the song, and we kind of danced all the way because it had, that blend of lyrical idea and rhythmic ideas was a real, a vote win, if you want to say it that way.
Absolutely. And it catches you right off the bat when you first listen to that's the opening track to the new album, Renaissance. Yes. And it caught me right away. And I love the record. It sounds like there's no gap in the catalog. It sounds like it could have come out at any time.
Thank you.
And I love that.
And great delivery by Ray, of
Ray.
course, who contributed
most definitely.
Contributed much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he contributed much to the lyrical element of that song.
Absolutely. I wondered if you you talked about kind of those messages from the elders. I'm curious about how you've experienced music growing up yourselves, because your band is such an amazing melting pot of so much diasporic expression.
Well, funnily enough, I'm glad you say that because it gives us an opportunity to say that we have some really top-class musicians from the United Kingdom. Not only the United Kingdom, these fellas have their reputations all around the world. And it's a real pleasure and privilege to us to be able to work with them and have them work with us. It's real class. But you know what we did when we started Cymande all those years ago? We had an aspiration to create wonderful black music coming out of the United Kingdom. Most of these guys were around. Well, no, not all of them. Some were around. I think the limited number, because some of them were a little younger than us. But we wanted to create really good music that could last, which the first 3 albums, I think, kind of proved that we could do that.
Yes.
And coming back in the later stages and having these musicians join us to take it forward and take it forward in such a connected way is a wonderful thing. That is a dream in itself.
Yes, it is. Right on. Thank you guys so much for sharing this sound and bringing that music that is lasting, everlasting. Again, I'm honored. When I heard we were going to get the chance to have you in, I was absolutely elated. So thank you again. I'm curious, what's next? You got a new record? You're touring?
We're touring at the moment. We have one more show here.
Okay.
We started on the freezing East Coast.
Yes.
And we've come to the warmer climes
on
the West. And so a joy we landed here today. We have a show, 2 more shows actually. 2 more shows. One in San Francisco tomorrow, and then the last one in LA. Then we go back and we tour in Europe.
Nice.
For, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. And we expect to be back in the US later on in the year.
So you haven't lost any of your hunger and thirst for the tour life?
I haven't. Does anybody? No. No, I haven't. I don't think we have.
The hunger and thirst are still there. Maybe the body is not quite up to it in the same way it was.
The music sustains us.
Hey,
yeah,
absolutely.
The music sustains us indeed. Absolutely does. Adrian Reid, Richard Bailey, Don Gamble, Tony Kofi, Kevin Davy. That man is hiding. I don't know why he's hiding. Stand up.
Denny Baptise.
And Denny Baptise. That's the band. And Ray Simpson is our lead vocalist.
All right.
We appreciate you.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thanks
absolutely.
for the invitation, really.
Thank you. We're going to keep playing that music forever. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Cymande, live on KEXP. Thanks to Noise Pop. Thanks to 25th Street. Thank you. This is listener powered. You are the reason we're able to do sessions like this. Go to the YouTube, subscribe, like, donate to KEXP. Make a gift if you're moved by the music and you want to support beautiful expression like this. Thank you again. KEXP, where the music matters. KEXP.org.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.